We're doing this again.
Yeah. Oh, man, what a night.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, friends.
I'm Amy.
I'm Whitney.
And this is On the Haunt.
Yeah. Hey, we went on a ghost hunt last week. We haven't done it yet because it's tonight.
It's in the future, but it's in your past.
Yeah, talk about that's confusing.
Did that just bend your mind?
Yeah. It's
Okay, good.
Crazy.
That's what we're here for.
Okay, friends. Let's see. Anything we want to say up top?
No, we just recorded the last episode.
We did.
So we don't know if we have anything to apologize for or not. Sorry.
Probably.
I'll just say sorry.
Sorry in advance.
Yeah.
We love you. Share us. Yeah. Message us. DM us. We just love you.
Love
guys.
us.
Love us. The end.
And we're just going to jump right in.
We're going to
have
do
a
this.
ghost tour to go to.
Yes, we do. And this is what you're here for. My topic tonight is the Dover Demon.
Oh,
it's a demon. It's real grody.
Oh, it's what big eyes you have.
And what lack of nose and mouth you have.
And iris.
And iris. Yeah. Wow. Real disturbing. Okay. I got my info from Wiki Cryptid Fandom.
Hey.
It's our people. And I think something else the Globe. I don't know if I'm going to read all this as you look at my horrifying. Okay. So on Wiki Cryptid Fandom, just so you know, there is a quiz you can take to see what cryptid you are. Okay. I'm the Chupacabra. I don't know why. But
okay.
Why are you looking at yours? Is yours something like this?
No, not at all.
Oh, I was like, oh God. Okay.
I'll turn it off.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, it's fine. Oh God, I just spit on you. This is getting off to a great start. I've now spat onto Amy's face.
Oh, last episode, she blew my hair back.
I did. With awesomeness.
Okay.
God. Moving on. Here we go, people.
Okay, let's go.
17-year-old William Bill Bartlett claimed that while driving on April 21st, 1977... Oh, God. Is it recording? Okay. And there have been some reports dated as... Okay, doesn't matter. That he saw a large-eyed creature with tendril-like fingers.
Yeah.
It's
me!
And your fingers are lovely.
Thanks.
I wish I didn't have sausage fingers. And you're like, I can't hardly grip things because they're too small to go around it. And glowing eyes on top of a broken stone wall on Farm Street. It's just perched on a
detailed.
wall. It's just perched on a little wall.
Hanging out.
That reminds me of your thing, your grandma Eloise.
Yeah.
We'll have to tell that story someday. Or have we already? I don't know.
I don't think so.
15-year-old John Baxter reported seeing a similar creature on the same evening on a different road. And another 15-year-old girl, Abby, maybe boy, I don't know, claimed to have seen the creature the following night. The teenagers all drew sketches of the alleged creature, and they all look similar. And Bill said, Bill Bartlett, I don't know if he talks like this, swear on a stack of Bibles that I saw this creature.
I believe you, Bill.
I believe you too, Bill. And according to the Boston Globe, the locations of the sighting plotted on a map lay in a straight line over 2 miles. Bum, bum, bum. So what is the Dover Demon? I don't know. Let's learn about it together. It's a small humanoid reported from Dover, Massachusetts.
Hey.
It was the subject of an intensive scare in the 1970s when multiple witnesses... Am I talking too loud?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Came forward with their sightings. The Dover Demon is described as looking sort of like the gray variety of alien. Maybe it is a gray. Except that it has skin of a rosy orange.
Rosy orange?
It's like rose gold.
Wouldn't it just be an orange?
It's like rose gold.
Ew, I don't like rose gold.
No?
No.
Really?
I don't know.
Not of anything? So you don't like, no? It's not your thing.
No.
It doesn't go with you.
People would always give me like
rose gold jewelry and you're like it's not my jam.
And stuff. I'm like, no.
It just doesn't go with your skin tone.
It really doesn't. I am rose gold.
Yeah, Amy is a rose gold human. You have goosebumps. Are you cold?
I'm okay.
Okay. Sorry, that's creepy. Is there anything I can do for you? I was looking at your rose gold skin. Okay. Sorry. The Dover Demon has a large head on a small stick-like body.
Again,
how do you walk? It can be bipedal, but it often travels on all fours or switches back and forth between the two modes of locomotion.
Oh, show off.
I know, and that's weird. It has eyes that glow, sometimes orange, sometimes green.
So much orange.
I know, and like, how is it sometimes orange or sometimes green? It does not seem to wear any clothing. Ew.
Ew, perv.
Like, what? Have you ever seen a cryptid wear clothing? Okay. Unless it fits tightly and it's the same color of its body, and then we don't know. That's literally what it says. Well, probably not.
God,
it's not wearing a
put some
wetsuit.
baby powder on to get that on there.
How does it go putty?
Like latex.
It's unlike the Greys. The Dover Demon does not seem to be associated with UFOs. It just wanders around on its own.
It's a loner.
Cryptozoologists seldom show interest in the Dover Demon.
Rude.
Mainstream cryptozoologists are rarely willing to seriously investigate humanoids other than hairy humanoids. Someone whoever wrote this is very salty.
A little biased here.
It seems that sightings only happen during a short time period, with most claiming that sightings have now ceased. So the Dover Demon does not seem to be a pressing matter. Again, salty. Calm down. The bizarre tale begins at 10:32 p.m. on April 21st as three 17-year-olds, Bill, Mike, and Andy, are driving north on Farm Street. Bill, who's behind the wheel of the Volkswagen...
Hey,
VW. Spot something creeping along the low wall of loose stones on the left side of the road. This is
careful, that's dangerous. A wall of loose stones? How is it even a wall? How is it not
This
collapsed?
is literally like this is something that would happen to us. At first he's like, is that a dog or a cat? Until his headlights shine on it and he realizes it's nothing he's ever seen before. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that either, Bill.
The figure slowly turns its head and stares into the headlights. Ah. Its two large, round, glassy, lidless eyes. Ah. What?
God, he must have chronic dry eye.
Just so much dust in his eyes. Yeah. He's like, if only I could blink.
Only eye drops.
He just never blinked.
Can you please turn your headlights off? I can't blink. I can't shield myself from this. You're blinding me.
So sad. Oh my God, it's so sad. Like two large orange marbles. It's watermelon shaped head. This is the ugliest cryptid of all time. Resting on the top of its thin neck. Its head's just like lolling about.
Chiropractic bills are so
out of
steep.
control. Oh my God. Except for its oversized head, I thought that said feet. The creature is thin with long, spindly, thank you, arms and legs and large hands and feet. The skin is hairless and peach and appears to have a rough texture like wet sandpaper.
Why is it going to be wet?
And I've never seen wet sandpaper.
No, me neither.
Weird. Bill subsequently tells cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman, is that really a job? You're a cryptozoologist?
I mean...
You study Bigfoot?
I guess. Again, that's one of those you just say, I'm a cryptozoologist.
Us. And we need to make some business cards.
We should.
We're like Amy and Whitney, cryptozoologist, ghost historian.
Paranormal experts.
Soda drinkers. I don't know.
Founders of Go Fish.
Hello Fish. Founders of Go Fish, the game. The classic card game.
I couldn't remember what we called it.
I wish we were the founders of Go Fish.
We'd be so wealthy.
Did someone found Go Fish? I mean, I guess so. There's like TM. What?
It just come out of nowhere. Somebody had to found it.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Standing no more than 3.5 feet tall, the figure's like a baby with long arms and legs.
Babies aren't that tall. What kind of babies are they around?
This is disturbing. It had been making its way along the wall, its long fingers curling around the rocks. It's like walking along when the car lights surprised it. Ah! What's that? I can't blink. Unfortunately, neither of Bill's companions see the creature. Okay, Bill, you want acid? Dude, you on acid? It's fine.
what's
Just
that?
admit it. The sighting only lasts a few seconds, and before Bill can speak, the car leaves the scene. Well, weren't you driving it? Why did you stop? Bill's like, I don't know how to use the
Bill's
brake.
driving away
My
really quickly.
Volkswagen's.
'Cause he saw
yeah,
it.
he's totally behind the wheel.
I
and
would
he's,
speed away if I saw that.
I mean, yeah,
probably.
definitely. With the things we've seen. Sorry, water break. Okay. The sighting lasts only a few seconds, and before Bill can speak, the car leaves the scene. I already said that. Then the creature's gone. Bill drops his friends off and goes to his home. He's visibly upset as he walks through the door, and his dad's like, what's wrong? And Bill's like, dude, I saw this creepy baby. I don't know if he said that. I imagine he did. And then sketches what he's seen.
Oh, Bill, you're an artiste.
I don't know if that's his sketch. Okay, so around midnight, I don't know if this is the same night or not, but it's around the same time because this only happened in the 70s. 15-year-old John Baxter leaves his girlfriend Kathy's house at the south end of some road. Then John starts walking up the street on his way home. Half an hour later, when he has walked about a mile, oh my gosh, get a car! Oh, he's 15. Get a bike, son! Oh my gosh, he observes someone approaching him. Because the figure's short, John assumes, he assumes it's a baby, and he doesn't say that.
Oh, okay.
Is that a baby walking towards me? He assumes, because the figure's short, John assumes it's his friend, MG. Is your friend 3 feet tall? I mean, maybe.
And eyelidless?
And eyelidless? I mean, maybe his friend is 3 feet tall. I shouldn't have said that. So John's like, hey, MG, is that you? And nothing happens. So then John just keeps walking. And the figure keeps walking towards him. They just keep walking towards each other. When finally the figure stops. Then John stops as well. And he says, who is that? Isn't that funny when people say stuff like that? As if
Who's there?
Who's there? As if they're going to be like, it's just me, the Dova demon. Don't be alarmed.
Yes, my eyes always look like
Yes,
this.
and yes, my reputation does precede me, but it's all wrong. This isn't me.
Do you have any Visine? Could borrow.
Or can I take off these skin-colored clothing?
It's like rough sandpaper. Wet sandpaper. I can't take anymore.
I can't take it anymore. The sky is dark and overcast, and he can only see a shadowy form. It's creepy. Trying to get a better look, John takes a step forward, and then the figure scurries off, running down a shallow wooded gully and up the opposite bank. As the figure runs, John can hear its footsteps on the dry leaves. He follows the figure down the slope. John, you're an idiot.
No, go home.
Yeah. And across the gully. There he sees the creature standing in silhouette about 30 feet away. Its feet are molded around the top of a rock, which I imagine means like if you have
like
webbed feet.
Yeah.
Like it can grip it like a monkey's feet.
Yeah. Or maybe he's like those goats.
Yeah. The figure's body
all
reminds him
goats.
of a monkey's.
Oh, hey.
Except for its head, which is dark and figure 8 shaped. What?
What? It's like it's thinner in the middle.
Like, hey, Doug? What? That's not like a watermelon. This is confusing. Or is it figure 8 shaped like this?
Infinity symbol.
Are we talking portrait or landscape?
Yeah,
I'm very
I don't know.
confused. Okay. Its eyes, 2 lighter spots in the middle of the head, are looking straight at John, who after a few minutes begins to feel uneasy. Well, yeah, you're just for a
You should
few
have been
minutes.
feeling uneasy a while ago.
Realizing he's never seen anything, it took him a few minutes, I guess, to realize this like this before. He walks carefully back up the slope, his heart pounding. Okay, so then a couple passing picks him up. Nice.
That was probably more dangerous than the Dover demon there, John, getting in a car with
John
strangers.
Wayne Gacy. Skeptics usually claim that the Dover demon was simply a lost baby moose.
What? Listen, skeptics.
Does a baby moose have horns? No.
And no eyelids.
Right. And is a moose?
It runs on 2 feet.
What the
It
heck?
climbs rocks. I don't know. I know
confusing.
nothing about moose.
No, but I mean, they don't have, makes no sense.
They don't have figure 8 heads, for sure.
But a lot of people are like, no, that's not true because that happened. All these sightings happened during the wrong time of year for a moose that small to exist. And moose mooses don't live in Massachusetts.
Duh,
which is probably
skeptics.
true. Even if such an orphaned moose had been wandering around so close to populated areas, it seems as if it would have been easily captured. Yeah. It wouldn't have ran away, probably. It
would have been like, feed me.
Yeah, help. Okay, cool. Decades later, the Dover demon still haunts. Dun, dun, dun! This is an article from The Globe, written by Mark Sullivan in October 9th, 2016. My words are not working. All right. So again, William, this is more about what Bill said. We're back to Bill.
Oh, Bill.
But 29 years later, Bill still stands by his story of what he saw that night. He's not even joking, you all. He saw that. He says now he's 49, living in Needham. Well, this was in 2006. 2006, he was 49. I don't know what he is now. He said, I definitely. That's literally what it says.
Bill.
No, I saw something. I have no idea what it was. We believe you. The Dover demon that Bill and his other friends saw has not garnered worldwide attention like Bigfoot. Oh, wait, it has.
Oh.
Never mind, it actually has. And there are internet pages devoted to it.
Yeah.
And you can play a video game featuring it or buy a figurine of it as far away as Japan.
So it must be real.
Bill says, in a lot of ways, it's kind of embarrassing to me. I definitely saw something. It was definitely weird. He says definitely a lot. And I didn't make it up. But sometimes I wish that I had. He's now a painter. Like an artist, not like walls. His work is displayed in galleries on both coasts. But a Google search on Bill Bartlett turns up just stuff about the Dover demon. Poor Bill.
Bill,
God.
that's your personality now.
What?
Just the Dover demon.
Once his wife Gwen was browsing the horror section of a bookstore when she flipped open an encyclopedia of monsters, and there was an entry about Bill. That's
Really?
freaking
You
cool.
just flipped to that, though. Get real.
Yeah, you were looking for that, Gwen.
Bill.
And that's freaking cool, okay? Actually. He says, but Bill does say that every Halloween he gets calls about it.
That's funny.
Poor Bill.
Hey, Bill, remember that time?
Okay.
We're still rolling.
Okay. So this is actually just a repeat of the story I already told you.
Shut up, Bill. Bill loves to go on and on.
But Bill said that a year after his original situation with the Dover sighting, thank you, with the Dover demon, something else happened. He was in a parked car with his girlfriend.
Bill.
Wow, check wow. And he heard a thump on the car, and he made out a small figure that was leaving the scene. He remains unsure of who or what banged the car, but it could have just been a youngster playing a prank. But he thinks it was the Dover demon stalking him.
Bill, get over yourself.
He's like, Bill, quit making out. Use protection.
You like my tweed pants? See? That was the last story. The kitten tweed, right?
Oh, yeah, kitten tweed. That's from last week. Let's see. Moving on. Let's see what else I got here and all this. All this stuff here is... this is getting real weird here. Okay, we're just going to go into it because I just saw something that says Satanic Majesty. In his 1914 town history, quote, the book called Dover Farms, Frank Smith writes of Farm Street, which is where the Dover demon was seen. Okay. In early times, this road went around the picturesque Polka Rock, which was called for a man of that name.
His name was Polka?
Yes.
Dot.
Polka what?
Dot.
Dot?
Polka dot.
Oh. I'm like, no, rock, Amy. Oh my God. So this polka guy thought he saw his Satanic Majesty riding on horseback on that road. Did they mean the devil? Who the heck calls him that?
Satanic Majesty? Where'd you get those chaps? Real sharp.
Dude,
on that
love your
horse.
horse is Satanic Majesty.
Can you do tricks? Barrel racing?
Do barrel racing? Do people call him his Satanic Majesty? This is where did I get this article? It's so long. Let's just see what other gems come out of this. The location has long been looked upon as one in which treasures are hid. But why anyone would go so far inland? What is this talking about? There are hidden animals around this area, like Sasquatch and sea serpents. Blah, blah. That's dumb.
Polka dot.
Someone thinks they may have saw a demon around this place. Another demon.
Etc. etc.
Bill says again.
God, Bill.
And he wonders why he can't get past.
Tired of this being his defining moment in his life, but he won't shut up about it.
Bill swears to God they hadn't had any beer. That's important to note. They were 15.
Well, I would hope you weren't drinking and driving, Bill.
So he says he was traveling about 35 to 40 miles an hour. Again, God, he's so sick of saying it, but it wasn't a dog or a cat. It had no tail. It had an egg-shaped head. I thought it was watermelon-shaped.
We're picking
This
age.
is confusing.
What's it gonna be, Bill? Pick a shape.
Again, he grew up around animals. It wasn't a mangy fox. Shut up about it. He knows what it was. It wasn't a prank. Ugh, he's sick of you all not believing him. It was also not a moose.
Or a baby moose, for that matter.
Baby moose. What?
Scaling rock walls.
Oh. So Carl Sheridan, he was the former police chief. And he has been haunted by the Dover demon for 29 years.
Well, Carl, that sounds terrible.
Because he knew those kids involved and they were good kids. Pretty reliable kids. And God only knows what they saw. I still don't know. I don't know why I'm talking like Dolly Parton, but strange things have happened and the whole thing was pretty unusual. That thing will not die. It will not go away. People still come to this little sleepy town looking for the Dover demon, and me and Amy are going to jump in my Honda and go there one of these days looking for him. So, let's see. Again, downtown Dover recently decorated with pumpkins as children arrived for Halloween fair.
The Halloween?
I think this is more recent. And a steady stream of regulars bought coffee and newspapers at Isabella's.
Just sounds like a fall.
Diner. Which is now located in the old Dover Pharmacy. It's an Italian deli counter. Behind the counter at Isabella's is Scott Bilski. He's 17. He's a senior at Dover High. And he said the demon gives the town a unique claim to fame.
Well, I guess that's true. We had to go all the way to Isabella's to talk to him about that.
Okay, that's all. I'm going to let this go now.
Great.
That got weird.
That did get weird.
It got weird when I took it to I almost said his Hispanic Majesty.
No, that wasn't it.
His Satanic Majesty. I'm sorry I put you all through that. Goodbye.
No, wait, I have a story.
God.
All right. And mine's pretty short, I think. Maybe. I don't even know. I'm a terrible judge of this.
That's why I needed to print this off. But look, that was 100 pages and lasted 20 minutes of pure torture.
All right. Are you ready? Oh, you think that's torturous? Just wait till you hear my topic.
So sweaty. Let's hear it.
The Bunnyman.
A Fairfax?
Yes. You know this?
Well, Crystal Woodall has requested this.
Oh, God,
Crystal,
I hope I do it justice.
This one's for you.
Okay, I don't.
This episode should be called For Crystal.
Okay,
and it's fine. She has low expectations for us.
Good. So my topics are. I love how clearly I don't read any of our comments or emails.
I think she's personally texted me.
That makes me feel better.
Yes, so don't feel bad.
Wikipedia,
the
Fairfax County Library.
Ooh.
And weird US. That's a weird us, but
that's a
us.
Website for us.
Yes.
I'm getting like low blood sugar, by the way. That's why I was like super getting like exceptional.
I told you we could have ordered food in between.
No, it's totally fine. It's really fine.
Okay.
But that's why that got really weird.
We'll
I feel like
that. We'll go with it.
So
all right. So here's Wikipedia's.
Yes.
Whatever.
They're contribution.
Yes. The Bunnyman is an urban legend that originated from 2 incidents in Fairfax County, Virginia in 1970, but has been spread throughout the Washington, D.C. and Maryland areas. The legend has many variations. Most involve a man wearing a rabbit costume who attacks people with an axe or a hatchet.
Yes, please.
Those 2 things do not go together. Most of the stories occur around Colchester Overpass, a Southern Railway overpass spanning Colchester Road near Clifton, Virginia, sometimes referred to as Bunnyman Bridge.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
you have to call it that.
And don't go there.
No,
Crystal, have you been there?
Steer clear.
Can you go take a selfie there?
But be
Maybe
careful.
don't, actually.
No.
Never mind, I take it back.
Versions of the legend vary in the Bunnyman's name, motives, weapons, victims, description of the bunny costume or lack thereof, and sometimes even his possible death.
Oh, the lack thereof. Is he naked?
Where do you get bunny from, then? In some accounts, victims' bodies are mutilated, and in some variations, the Bunnyman's ghost or aging specter
He's like,
is said to come out of his place of death each year on Halloween to commemorate his passing.
I love that urban legend. That's so fun. And it would make Halloween so creepy if you lived around there. I love that.
So
I mean, I don't love that people maybe died, obviously.
No, but it's so cool. Fairfax County Library historian archivist.
Oh my God.
What a job.
Oh,
Brian A. Conley extensively
Crystal, do you know him? Probably
and I
not.
think I actually go to, part of this is his research. Like, not on the Wikipedia page. That's one of my articles.
I want to.
Is Brian's stuff.
God, I want to be an archivist. Let's add that to our
So
list.
he's like, I'm going to locate this.
Yeah.
Or not locate it. Research this.
I'm like,
Because it's
the Bunny Man?
located in my area.
Yes.
So he has located 2 incidents of a man in a rabbit costume threatening people with an axe. So that
In
actually
real life?
happened, yes.
Ew.
The vandalism reports occurred 10 days apart in 1970 in Burke, Virginia. So this legit.
The 70s.
So Brian got to the bottom of this. The 70s. What a wild ride.
What a wild ride.
The first incident was reported the evening of October 19th, 1970 by U.S. Air Force Academy cadet Robert Bennett.
He was a good, noble person.
And his fiancée, who were visiting relatives on Guinea Road in Burke. Around midnight, while returning from a football game, they reportedly parked their car in a field on Guinea Road to, this is in quotes, visit an uncle who lived across the street from where the car was parked. Brian's on to you.
We know what you're doing.
We know what's up.
Don't be ashamed.
No.
Just live your life.
Cadet Robert. As they sat in the front seat with the motor running, they noticed something moving outside the rear window. Moments later, the front passenger window was smashed!
Ah! With a hatchet!
There was a white-clad figure standing near the broken window.
So alarming.
Bennett turned the car around while the man screamed at them about trespassing, including, "You're on private property and I have your tag number." As they drove down the road, the couple discovered a hatchet on the car floor. So that's what had flew through the window. When the
you lost your hatchet.
Yeah.
Like,
wasteful.
Weird.
When the police requested a description of the man, Bennett insisted he was wearing a white suit with long bunny ears.
Ew.
However, Bennett's fiancée contested their assailant did not have bunny ears on his head, but was wearing a white caparote. I'm saying that wrong. Of some
No
sort.
clue what that is.
I clicked on it on Wikipedia because it was blue.
Nice.
It's like those tall hats, like clergy
Ku Klux
wear.
Klan?
No. Clergy, like in the Catholic.
Oh.
You know those like weird
Why
tall
would he
hats?
be wearing
Yeah,
that?
exactly. It was bunny ears.
Yeah, and where would he buy that? His local clergy warehouse?
Went to the rectory. They both remembered seeing his face clearly, but in the darkness, they could not determine his race. The police returned the hatchet to Bennett after examination. They're like, well, we don't know, but you want to keep this like a souvenir of almost dying? Okay. Mm-hmm. So the second reported sighting occurred on the evening of October 29th, 1970, when construction security guard Paul Phillips approached a man standing on the porch of an unfinished home in Kings Park West on Guinea Road. Phillips said the man was wearing a gray, black, and white bunny costume and was about 20 years old, 5 feet 8 inches tall, and weighed about 175 pounds.
That's very specific.
Yes.
How can you tell how much someone weighs when they're in a bunny suit?
He's a security guard.
Oh.
He's paid to know details. The man began chopping at a porch post with a long-handled axe, saying, "You're trespassing. If you come any closer, I'll chop off your head."
You're breaking your own house.
Well, no, it was a home that was under construction.
Oh.
This guy was the security guard for the construction company.
I'm sorry,
and he's like, "Stop. This house isn't even done. Quit chopping the porch post, you jerk."
Psycho.
The Fairfax County Police opened investigations into both incidents, but both were eventually closed for lack of evidence. We have like 3 eyewitnesses.
Yeah.
In the weeks following the incidents, more than 50 people contacted the police claiming to have seen the Bunny Man. Several newspapers, including the Washington Post, reported that the Bunny Man had eaten a man's runaway cat.
Ah!
Yikes!
Ew.
Well,
Sorry, Mandy.
Yeah. Why's your cat running away?
And why would you eat a cat?
The Post articles... no, we don't care what they were called.
I mean, would you eat a cat if you were going to die or eat a cat? I mean, I would.
No.
Still no?
What
You die?
Would you ask me?
Would you eat a cat if it was like die or eat a cat? Like you're on, what's the people that got,
Fear Factor?
No, like the people who like went on the journey across the United States and got frozen
the
to
Dahmer
death?
party?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd eat a cat.
Well, I mean, in that situation, I guess, but not if someone was like, "Ooh,
No, eat a cat, you idiot.
That'd be hard. Unless it was my cat.
You what?
Weird. My cat.
Oh, eat
be
your
weird.
own cat. Yeah, no.
So anyways, some of the places this happened. One of them is the Colchester Overpass, which was built in 1906 near the site of Sangster Station, a Civil War era railroad that was once the orange and who cares?
Was once orange, and now it's not.
So here is when Brian went out on his own and did some research. This is written by Brian.
Brian, you're a hero.
In the name of the library. So
we love libraries.
So it says there's a story that a man dressed as a bunny haunts the residential neighborhoods around our nation's capital. Silly as this may sound at first, the Bunny Man has been a fixture of local legend for at least 30 years.
Yeah.
By 1973, the Bunny Man had been reported in Maryland and the District of Columbia. His infrequent and widespread appearances tended to occur in secluded locations and usually tell of a figure clad in a white bunny suit, armed with an axe, threatening children or vandalizing property.
Oh my gosh.
Two very different incidents. By the 1980s, the Bunny Man had become an even more sinister figure, with several gruesome murders to his credit. Although he has been reported as far south as Culpeper, Virginia, his main haunt has been the area surrounding a railroad overpass near Fairfax Station, Virginia, frequented by party-goers and now the infamous Bunnyman Bridge. For more than 25 years, stories of the Bunny Man have been kept alive primarily amongst our teenage population.
Yes.
Way to go. Gen Zs. Over the years, the story has evolved into a ghost story suitable for parties, campouts, and any occasion that such tales are exchanged. It was at one such gathering in 1976 that the author first heard it told. The Bunny Man was said to be responsible for the deaths of 2 disobedient children in the Clifton area. Others were rumored to have disappeared, and there was talk of animals found horribly mutilated. I never saw the Bunny Man myself, but then I never stayed in the woods at night, especially not near the bridge.
No.
Smart.
Yes.
Most childhood ghost stories are forgotten as one gets older. However, the Bunny Man followed me. After graduating college, I accepted a position with the Fairfax County Library, eventually becoming an information specialist in the Virginia room. Rock on. One day around 1992, a very well-spoken young lady came into the Virginia room with a question. Yeah. She could have been slurring her words. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's your job to answer.
That's exactly right.
She wanted to know how she could find information on a murder that was supposed to have taken place near her
Crystal
home.
Dawn, was that you?
Was it you? Young, little, well-spoken Crystal.
Probably not, because she grew up in Missouri.
Okay. As I interviewed the patron to ascertain what hard facts she had to go on, some vague memory nagged at me. 2 children were allegedly murdered by a local hermit for trespassing, and their bodies left hanging from a covered bridge.
Oh my God.
She had no names and only a vague idea of a time frame. The whole story seemed a little fantastic, but the thing that really bothered her was the guy was supposed to be an escaped inmate dressed in a bunny suit. At this point, even though the story had evolved a bit, I recognized the tale from my own youth. We were unable to confirm any of the elements of the story as she or I had first heard it, and I put it down in my mind as a story fabricated to scare children. I likely would have forgotten about the Bunnyman again if the questions didn't begin coming on a regular basis. The Bunnyman has actually begun appearing in print in recent years, having been mentioned in several high school newspapers.
What?
That's interesting. And more recently, on the internet.
As is everything else.
Yes. The various internet versions have carried the story to new heights. The most widely circulated written version, entitled The Clifton Bunnyman, and signed by Timothy C. Forbes, Virginia, was, I don't know why he signed it.
And is his last name Virginia? Or is he just putting his location?
Well, there was a comma between us, so I'm assuming he's from Virginia.
Whitney, Missouri.
Was posted on a website called Castle of Spirits around 1999. Probably doesn't exist anymore.
But it was also definitely like a GeoCity website.
100%.
Black background,
Yes.
white writing.
You got it. This version of the tale is actually quite notable because of the number of specific facts given. Forbes claims that in 1904, inmates from an insane asylum escaped while being transferred to Lorton Prison. One of the escapees, Douglas Grifton, murdered fellow escapee Marcus Wallister and eventually became the Bunnyman. Not only is the location identified, but also the names of several victims and the dates of their murders. The story ends with a challenge for the reader to check with the Clifton Town Library for verification for the facts. Brian's like, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. You just made my job exponentially more
Everyone
busy.
shows up.
Little effort was required to show that all of the specifics given in the Forbes version are false. First, there's never been an asylum for the insane in Fairfax County.
Okay.
Wah, wah. Second, Lorton Prison didn't come into existence until 1910.
Okay.
And even then, it was an arm of the District of Columbia Correction System, not Virginia's. Third, neither Grifton nor Wallister appear in the court records. And lastly, there is not and never has been a Clifton Town Library. The story also received wide recognition
Got it.
after being featured on national television. The program called Scariest Places on Earth,
Yes.
broadcast on the Fox Family Channel, included a segment
Fox
entitled...
Family Channel.
Yeah. Is that now the Travel Channel?
Is that family friendly?
It was titled Terror on Bunnyman Bridge in the 2001 broadcast season. Okay, no one cares. So let's go to actual tales of people of the Bunnyman of Northern Virginia. So Allie Davis says, in Reston, Virginia, I swear if Crystal pops up on here, I'm going to be so excited. In Reston, Virginia, there used to be a dirt road leading off of Sunset Hills Road just before it intersected with Reston Avenue. All the kids knew that road led to the Bunnyman's house. Supposedly, one Halloween night, he dressed up in a bunny costume, shot his wife and kids, then opened the door to trick-or-treaters all night with the corpse of his family still in the house.
Oh my God.
Intense. My sister went most of the way up the road on a dare, but I don't think she made it to the house.
No,
Well,
she's
probably
smart.
not. I've talked to a few other Northern Virginians lately, and everyone had a different variation of what it was the Bunnyman did. The only things the story have in common are, 1, he kills people, preferably children. 2,
Preferably children.
2,
Psycho.
he wears either a bunny suit or rabbit skins.
Ew.
I'd rather it be a bunny suit,
Me
I
too.
think. 3, he scares the crap out of little kids. I mentioned the Bunnyman to a grown adult friend, and she reflexively clamped her head over her ears. I'm not listening. There's been a lot of development in the area, so the site may be gone. Too bad. It was a pretty freaky local legend. Here, Katie says, he ain't no Peter Cottontail.
Oh my God.
I'm from Falls Church, Virginia, and we had a Bunnyman story, too. The story my brother told me was really absurd and doesn't make any sense. Why are you posting this then? But there was something about a guy in a bunny costume standing at the bottom of a hill in the middle of a road that turned sharply to the right.
What?
Apparently, as people drove down the hill, he would throw an axe at their car and somehow this would kill them.
How many axes does he have?
And she says, of course, it's the dumbest story ever now, but when I was a kid, I was always on the lookout for the Bunnyman at the curve of the road.
She's just like looking for, like, he just carries a sack of axes
I just like,
for throwing
just going through
purposes.
them like crazy.
They're like, you again, Axeman?
Now we're at Brad, this is the last one. I don't know why my son is calling me. He just moved back to college on Thursday. I hope he's okay.
Do you want to pause?
No, this is the last one. Hey guys, first and foremost, I just want to let you know I love reading Weird New Jersey. Even though I am not from Jersey. That's okay.
I just wish I was.
Yeah. I'm trying. I still greatly appreciate the unique stories, but I thought it was Weird US was the website. Anyways, that you guys maybe they're like sister stations. You guys publish as well as the work you guys put into your magazine and website. Anyways, I wanted to let you guys know about a local legend from my hometown in Northern Virginia. The legend comes from Fairfax County, Virginia, and involves an old railroad bridge. I first heard about the legend of Bunnyman Bridge from my high school track coach about 5 or 6 years ago. There are mainly 2 versions of the legend surrounding the bridge. The first version involves a mental patient that escaped from a mental hospital near the bridge a long time ago, before the area became highly populated. Supposedly, this mental patient escaped from a bus that was transporting patients when the bus crashed in the woods near the bridge. They searched for the man, but he was never found. Oh my gosh. Later on, people started finding the carcasses of rabbits around the bridge, and apparently the mental patient was living in the woods and surviving off the meat of the rabbits.
Why rabbits?
Well, I mean, you gotta live.
I mean, yeah.
That's pretty much the way it stayed until some teenagers were found gutted, hanging from the bridge. The local authorities put out a manhunt for the bunny. So they're just not gonna look for him? Shouldn't you put out a manhunt when he escaped? For the bunny man, as the local children called him, and eventually caught up with him. The legend says that was just as they were about to apprehend the bunny man, he jumped in front of a train that was coming down the tracks. Since then, it is said the bunny man's spirit haunts the bridge, and that on Halloween at midnight, his spirit becomes visible right over the bridge that bears his name. You'll usually find a good group of drunken teenagers at the base of the bridge at midnight on Halloween.
Oh my God.
The second version of the legend that I have heard is that a local teenager killed his family on Easter Sunday while wearing a bunny costume.
Gosh, what?
That's intense. Apparently, after he did this, he hung himself from the bridge still dressed in the bunny costume. This version seems the less likely of the two, but I still think it's pretty interesting. I think
that seems more likely
you said
than the
you only
escaped.
had 2 versions, but now you're saying I've also heard and read reports of some recent activity regarding Bunnyman Bridge. By recent, I mean the 1970s and 80s. Some stories report a group of teenagers in the mid-70s traveled to the bridge one night and decided to hang out on the railroad tracks above the bridge and drink some beers. As the night went on, a couple that was part of the group decided to go down the tracks in order to find some privacy. Yeah, they did. They failed to return to the rest of the group. The next day, they were found gutted and hanging from the bridge.
Oh my God.
Supposedly, a similar incident happened sometime in the 80s. Even though I cannot confirm these events, I still think that they qualify as some good old-fashioned weird occurrences.
What?
As for my personal experiences with Bunnyman Bridge, I've been out there about a dozen times. Since it's about 15 minutes from my house, I don't get out there as much as I'd like to.
It's 15 minutes!
Brad! God! Get off the couch.
What?
Most of the times that my buddies and I go out there, we'll just hang out on the railroad tracks and wait for something to happen. Usually not much happens, but you still get a feeling something or someone's watching you. Even though the bridge is located about 25 miles from Washington, D.C., it's still in the middle of nowhere, with only a few houses within the woods that surround the bridge and railroad tracks. The last time we went out there, we actually ended up hearing voices coming from the woods. They weren't loud voices echoing from miles away. Okay. That doesn't
Then what
ever
were
happen. But whispers that sounded like they were coming from 20 feet away. That was enough to send us running. Anyways, that's the story surrounding the legend of Bunnyman Bridge in Fairfax County. The bridge is located on Colchester Road and is painted bright white. It truly is a weird sight because as you wind down the road through the woods, the bridge just suddenly appears out of nowhere. There's a sign posted on the bridge that states the area is under video surveillance because of all the kids that flock there.
It is
so
not.
Far, I've never had any run-ins with the local police. Okay,
It's
Brad.
not either.
So if you ever find yourself in Northern Virginia, go ahead and check out one of our most famous local legends at Bunnyman Bridge.
Dun, dun,
All right,
dun.
Brad, thanks.
Brad.
So there you go.
There you go.
Crystal, I hope I did it justice.
Crystal, have you been there? Send us a message because we really want to hear about it. Is Brecken okay?
Yeah, he just needs me to like approve an Amazon notification for
Okay, Brecken.
the stuff for the TV in our room, and everywhere here is sold out. Buy that stuff.
Okay,
I
Brecken.
don't know what he's talking about.
All right, so like our socials, we're on The Haunt on Facebook, and I think also on Instagram, On Haunt Podcast on Twitter, which, I mean, we're too old for Twitter.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I
that's
have
all.
one. I'm Amy on the Haunt. but
And I'm at Haunted
I haven't
Whitney.
posted for a while.
Me neither.
Sorry.
We're great. Yeah, and please share with your friends. Let us
We're
know.
off to tour ghosts.
We are. Send us an email on thehaunt@gmail.com. And yeah, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.